Atlanta has more surveillance cameras per person than anywhere in the US. This city has more than 60,000 public and private cameras linked up to law enforcement.
That's crazy to me. We have cameras in this house and we do not link them with APD. Because when we got robbed, see the podcast, APD was actually pulling cameras from people's houses, which I was like, how, what? And they're like, we can link up with whatever system you have.
They even encourage homeowners and businesses to grant the APD direct access to their private cameras through the Connect Atlanta program.
Connecting your cameras to our system is a great way to help us quickly address criminal activity.
I would not do that. Not my thing, you know. Dealing a lot with crime victims cases, I can tell you that cameras alone are not as much of a deterrence. If you walk into a store and they have cameras, that's not going to deter you. Potential criminals don't know there's cameras there. The thing that deters people is signs that say, you're on camera, smile. That's why when you walk into Target or gas stations, you see that screen with all the cameras. What they're doing is they're saying to you, hey, I see you, we're gonna watch you, right? That's why they do that. The deterrent effect of cameras is giving people notice, hey, you're on camera, you're going to get caught, so don't do it. Cameras themselves are just a method to catch on the back end. I don't think APD, given that now we know there's 60,000 cameras, I don't think they do a good job of telling everyone, hey, if you're gonna commit a crime, you're probably gonna get caught because you're on camera. The reason they probably don't tell all of us that is because when I found out we had 60,000 cameras in this city, I mean, right? Like, first thing I thought about doing was streaking, just to see what would happen. Like, you know? Would police come and find me? I don't know. Lawyer who does social media videos wearing only tie streaks down neighborhood to see how many cameras catch him. You can see the cameras in certain intersections. There'll be the blue lights. But yeah, I mean, I was blown away by how many cameras there are and how ineffective Atlanta police is. I would venture to say we don't do enough with the cameras. Like, how is that even possible? How can you have so many cameras and still have so much crime that goes unaddressed?
The Atlanta Police Foundation says that these cameras have helped reduce crime by 20 to 50%. Although long-term studies suggest that those numbers don't always hold up, especially when it comes to violent crime. What
I learned from being robbed is that Ring cameras, all those kind of cameras are great when triggered. So we went to all of our neighbors and we went door to door on our street, the street behind us, like the whole neighborhood, saying to people, hey, do you have any footage from, we knew what time the robbery had happened. So many people were like, yeah, I have a Ring camera, let me pull it up. And then they pull it up and see that, oh, I only have the subscription that only records when activated, or it only records every 10 minutes, or it only records every hour for 30 seconds. I might have been ring.com or Alarm, whatever it is, I might have been their best salesperson for that month, because I'm sitting in people's living rooms on their front stoops and I'm saying to them like, this is crazy. And they're like, I'm signing up for more right now. And then I should have been coupon code RAFE. Atlanta has 124 cameras per 1,000 people. So what's that? If we, oh man, I'm back to 5th grade math. No, I can reduce the shit of this. So this is 12.4 cameras per 100. This is 6 cameras per 50. This is 3 cameras per 25. 3 doesn't go into 25. Yes! So we have about 3 cameras per 25 people, but to make the math easy, let's keep in the thousands. So for every 1,000 people, Atlanta has 124 cameras, 124 surveillance cameras. New York has 9 cameras for every 1,000 people, and Los Angeles has 11 cameras. The only place in the world that has more cameras than Atlanta. Outside of China, we're the most surveilled city in the world. China. You never want to start a story or anything with, outside of China, Atlanta is, like whatever's following outside of China, other than China, like you know that's not a great thing. I can understand why New York does not have as many cameras per people, because people live up. If I live on the 14th floor, do I really need a camera at my door? Do I need a camera on my window? Atlanta is a city where most people live at ground level. Certainly we have high-rise apartment complexes and things like that, but for the most part, the average person is living ground level or pretty close to. I see the need more than New York. Given the size of Manhattan, I'm sure New York has more cameras than Atlanta, which is a pretty spread out city.
I think Atlanta has so many cameras.
We joined this surveillance race back in 2007 when the Atlanta Police Foundation launched Operation Shield. It started as just 17 cameras, with the supposed goal of increasing our city's surveillance network for public safety. Within a few years, there were cameras embedded within every corner of our city. Now, the program links thousands of cameras into one massive network that law enforcement can monitor in real time.
Statistically, most property crime in Atlanta happens in the zip codes where the average home price is extremely high. I mean, that makes sense, right? You're a criminal. Where do I want to steal from? I want to go to the rich neighborhoods. Duh. Maybe it has something to do with the idea that people who think they might get robbed because they're in those high target areas also have the means to buy cameras and outfit their house with surveillance and all that stuff.